Welcome to Football Manager 9192. I've been making this database on and off for the better part of 8 years on Football Manager 2016. The reason I did it is because as a Leeds supporter, I thought it would be cool to play with the title-winning team of the 91-92 season. I had no idea what an undertaking it would be. And it became one of those things where by the time I realised how huge it was, I'd already invested so much time in it that I couldn't let it go to waste. I don't think it will ever be complete. I want to add in as many players as possible, but sometimes I want to play the game, so I'm going to do that now. Naturally, I'm going to manage Leeds, and I'm aiming for 25 seasons, so that will show you the depth and breadth of the database. I've started all clubs with a 1-year transfer embargo, so as to keep the squads true for the first season. So here I am, welcome to the club by the chairman, Leslie Silver. A quick look at the transfer update shows years into the future, with players set to join the club's youth system at the relevant time. Let's take a look at the squad. The first thing I want to do is remove players from the transfer list, because I want my whole squad for this season. Mervyn Day, the backup keeper. Tony Dorigo, first choice left back. Chris Fairclough, first choice centre back. Simon Grayson, young right back. Steve Hodge, probably the 12th man, can play a range of different positions. Chris Kamara, backup centre mid. John Lukic, first choice keeper. Gary McAllister, top class midfielder, as key a player as I have. John McClelland, veteran backup defender and also from my hometown. John Newsom, young defender. Carl Schutt, backup striker. Gary Speed, at 21 already a key player. Mel Sterland, first choice right back. Gordon Strachan, the captain, and even at 34 years of age, still a top-class midfielder. Imre Varadi, veteran backup striker. Rod Wallace, explosive young forward. David Weatherall, young centre back with great potential. Mike Whitlow, backup defender. Chris White, first choice centre-back. David Batty, only 22, and what a centre mid. And here is the wildcard, Eric Cantona. Of course, I do not like Cantona, but what a player to have. Lee Chapman, veteran target man and absolute bagsman. Bobby Davison, backup striker. Let's take a look at the reserves. Some of these are veteran players, very much backups, but let's move them into the first team for pre-season. Rod Wallace's twin brother, Ray. He's the Danny DeVito to Rod's Arnie. I also like to move under 18 players from the reserves to the under 18 squad. Gary Kelly, 16-year-old right back with a big future. At this time he was actually a striker, but since he made his name as a right back, I made him a right back in the database, but as you can see, he can play up front. There are quite a few players in the under-18s that would go on to play for the Leeds first team, and that would win the FA Youth Cup in 1993 against Manchester United and a lot of the players from their famous class of 92. Alongside Gary Kelly, striker Noel Whelan is the pick of my youth players. So that's what I've got to work with. They were good enough to win the league in 1992 in real life. Am I good enough to do what Howard Wilkinson did? Let's take a quick look at my staff. I don't feel the need to change anything at the moment. I think I have enough to work with. As you can see, the real kits are in the game, but unfortunately the 2015 licensed kits will show up in the matches, so I have to change that. I'll go more in depth into other clubs as we play them throughout the season. There you can see the fixtures, with a tasty set of pre-season friendlies to navigate first. So let's set up the tactics. I'm very much going to be going 4-4-2, as was the Leeds setup at the time, and as I think suits the squad. So I'm going to pick my first choice team here. The only question is regarding the front two, who I go with out of Chapman, Wallace and Cantona. Chapman and Wallace are a classic little and large partnership, a target man with an advanced forward, or poacher, whereas Cantona is a little more skillful, can play more as an attacking midfielder / forward. So let's get the boring bit out of the way, setting up training, and pre-season is all about getting match fit. So let's just set up set piece takers. You can see Gordon Strachan is the captain, with Gary McAllister as the vice captain. I'm not going to change that. We have some really good free kick takers. Some good penalty takers too. Strachan was the #1 penalty taker at the time, so I'm going to keep it that way. So there we are, we're ready to go. And in the next video, we will see how we get on in pre-season. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.